As smooth as ever. It's all coming together. Welcome to another. All right, here we go. All right. Hey, welcome to another episode of the Parents Lounge. It's Tuesday night. We are, in case you have wondered, we're live. Here, my buddy Jason.
Jason, how are you? I am a really lazy ass editor.
Yeah, man, that really came together. It's like the old DJ days when you just go in between the boards.
He changed it up on me 15 seconds before we started.
Oh, yeah. I told you to roll some music over the top of the credits that we did last week. It's all, listen, at our post meeting, we're going to have some.
Taylor, whatever.
Listen, we're both coming out of insane moments because I just have, we'll talk about it when the podcast starts, but we are here. We have a wonderful show for you tonight. We have some crazy guests coming in. The Dumb Dad podcast guys are here. Evan and Kevin are here, and we're looking forward to that. But we were going to just do the four of us dads, but obviously we needed a couple moms to kind of be the voice of reason. So Clare Kramer and Kate Mulligan are joining us as well. If you guys are catching us here on iTunes, be sure to subscribe and write a glowing review, even if you hate our guts. I mean, have some mercy. We're parents.
It's how we feed our kids.
Is it? Wow, you're getting...
No.
Oh, I was going to say, no, this is a
No.
money sponge for, I don't know what's happening, but yes. So we have a wonderful show. If you're checking us out on Facebook, be sure to like that and come aboard. And I think that's just about it. We have an opening title sequence that runs just about a minute. So if you want to be like us and really take an oasis break in the middle of your week, then use that minute to run to the other room and make a drink as soon as possible, and then come back. And we got a lot to talk about tonight. I have my kids are getting passports. Kate's kids were involved in a bear attack. I
had an accident.
You had an accident, and Claire's off on some sports camp somewhere that we'll talk about. All right, so listen, go pour a drink. Take that time to subscribe, write the quick review, and then we'll see you back here in 1 minute. Hit it! We could have homes on separate coasts, go dive in Greece with squids. Could have been so bleeping rich, but instead we had kids. They won't smile for a photo, they won't eat the food we choose. That's why we're heading to the Parents Lounge to drown ourselves in booze. Every day we're more exhausted, we haven't slept in years. They hit me in the nuts so bad, my eyes filled up with tears. And yes, we'd like to fake our death and go off of the grids, but the truth is we are softies and we truly love our kids. So join us every Tuesday night to laugh at all our pain. Evening in the Parents Lounge is the cure to staying sane. Welcome. Oh, dude. It's every Tuesday. It's like a punch in the face. It's like my wife goes, "Oh, that's right. He has a show. Let me see how many problems I can throw." Right.
Does she believe you have a show? Because maybe it's been almost a year. Does she know that it's real, or?
I don't. I mean, I do tell her I have a show every night, and I'm just locked in the front room. But I don't know what's
fair.
Anymore, so, hey, let's bring our moms in. Clare Kramer and Kate Mulligan, our resident moms. Hey, guys, how are you?
Hi. Yes, Claire. Yes, Claire.
Thank you. And it's the Kate litmus test. We see what her life has presented to her the week before by what's on her bed.
What's on my bed? What's not on my face?
What did you just get rid of one of those foreskin wraps that you're so into?
Yep. Listen, look at this. It looks to be a sex toy, but it's just a TMJ.
Well, you can say whatever you want on the air, but I'm not buying it.
Yeah.
I don't want to hijack anything. We've got two incredible guests that we want to get to, but my boys, those are activators. Boys using them with soccer, soccer, big time soccer, and also with river dance. So come in the other day and the boys are holding those in, the private place. Mom, this feels so good if you put it right here. I'm like, okay, all right, please. take that away. Don't teach. And then Hart's like, of course, Sky, try it. So, they are.
Well, they are in fact activators.
Yeah,
They
activate things.
I mean, let's face it. What's not a sex toy? I don't know about you.
Honestly, really good point.
We put the shower in finally that has the second nozzle that you can kind of take and move around and do that with the shower.
I love that this was the move around. No, move around.
I mean, it goes like this eventually, but it's all kinds of, please. Listen, I like pleasure. I like to feel good. I'm not a crazy person.
I'm not going to kink shame anybody.
If you're going to judge me for my internet history, then that's on you. That's not a me problem. If it's out there, then somebody else created it. That's not right. Me. That's their problem.
That's right.
I'm sure there's a meme about that somewhere, and we'll find it and we'll share that with you. So
Thank you very much. All right, let's get to it. These guys, I'm a huge fan of these guys. I don't think they know that, but I laugh so hard at their videos. They kind of blew up recently. They did the video, which is so funny, where they are doing the sports press conference about the kids, how they are parenting and stuff. And I think everyone's going, I saw that and stuff. And they are hilariously funny, and they are just they say they're dumb, but we're gonna test that. Welcome, Kevin Laferriere and Evan Kyle Berger of the Dumb Dad Podcast. Hey guys.
Yes.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Evan, you got the real one. You got the Theragun.
Sorry. Yeah, well, we graduated because we lost the charging cable to the other one. So.
Oh, well, there you go.
Lost the charging cable. You burnt it out because you were using it too much. Activating parts of your body.
Feels crazy.
Yeah.
The charger literally just melted. The thing was like, we can't hold any more charge. We're charged. That's it.
It said kill me before you just shut up.
That's always the planned obsolescence move by every company. It's like the iPhone is like, hey, the new iPhone, it's got a different camera. No, it's just got a different charger plug, so you have to upgrade.
Buy a bunch of things. Yeah.
There again, people. Guys, this is awesome. Thank you so much for coming on. You guys, talk about the Dumb Dad podcast really quick, because you guys are kind of taking off, and it's pretty funny. I mean, how did it come about, the two of you guys together, and how did you form it?
Well, we started, we met doing sketch comedy and before kids. So that's allowed us to have time to write and perform and do all these cool things. And then we started having kids, and our wives were both like, there's a lot of mom podcasts out there. There's a lot of family parenting podcasts out there. There's not a lot of dads doing any dad podcasts, really anything. And even if there is, there's like, they posted an episode 2 years ago, and, in the first 5 seconds, they were like, I don't even know what I'm talking about here. It's probably just going to be a sports podcast. And so
that was mine. That was the Dadlands, and he was dad.
And so we were kind of itching to do something together again, and hadn't really figured out what that was going to be. And so we thought, okay, well, why not? Everybody, you have to have a podcast if you consider yourself doing anything worth doing anything. So we figured, okay, we'll do the podcast, and then that's the first thing we started with, was just meeting once a week and just chatting about the dumb stuff that we do as parents, and what mistake did you make this week, and how did you pay for it? And
it was basically that we saw that there was so many mom podcasts, and we thought, I bet people want to know what white men think about this.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think
real missing
I
market.
think the women have had the mic long enough. They want somebody to take it from them, is what we assumed.
Well, I love it. Goes back to the fact that the way you started it was, you're like, my wife told me that I would be starting this, because when you talk to any, like Facebook and everywhere, it's all moms. It's all like, even when I talked to Taylor from Dude Dad, he's like, dude, 80% of his fan base is moms. It's just moms. So it's kind of funny, because
we're about to say,
like, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to watch Sports Center. And the moms are like, no, I got to scroll the next article about whether I need to upgrade my car seat.
It is funny that we.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's funny because we are like 80%. It's about 80% of our followers are moms, and 20% are dads. Yeah, and it's funny because we'll always get this thing going, oh my God, I send my stuff to your husband all the time, and we're like, does he watch it? No, he doesn't.
Yeah, I send my stuff to my husband, or I hand my phone. I hand my phone to my husband, and then he hands it back. He's like, okay, great.
Well, the fact that you've named yourself Dumb Dads too, every woman's like, see, I told you, honey, you guys are dumb. Okay.
Well,
Oh, sorry. I just really wanted to say, I'm such fans of you guys. Kevin, I loved you in Arrested Development.
thank you.
And also, Evan, I gotta tell you, you are so good as Marv in Home Alone. You're
That's
one
a
of my
better
kids.
one. Yeah.
I'm going to just go ahead and take the opportunity to apologize for anything that comes out of her mouth. She's just this way.
She
Also,
needs to be.
I gotta-
Sometimes we put her in timeout just for a few minutes. We just. You want to do the scroll? You want to do the scroll, Jason? Really?
Yeah, we actually have a built-in scroll
built-in
when
scroll
when she says
Comment
things.
the Kate Mulligan, do not
reflect
roll.
on the rest of the cast. This is great.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is wonderful.
This is fantastic.
Kevin, I would get
writing
that a lot.
any of this down. We're really, yeah.
I would get Michael Cera. I would get a weird one. I would be because I was a bartender for a very long time, and I would get somebody who would go, "Hey, has anybody ever told you look like Michael Cera, but better looking?" Which is just like an admission that you think Michael Cera is unattractive. I look like Michael Cera, but not so bad.
There's also a little Evan Peters in there. I'm not gonna lie, you were great, and he was so. Was he not so good? Yes, Marystown.
Yeah, he's the real deal.
That's really funny that you pinned me as Daniel Stern because I don't really get that many. Like you look.
Sorry, I went Joe Pesci with you.
Oh, I thought Daniel
Stern. I'm kidding. Of course, Daniel Stern. Sorry.
But so I was in an audition one time, and they were like, the whole bit of the audition was like, you're at a party, and somebody comes up and says, "Hey, you know who you look like?" And so they were like, who do people say you look like? And I was like, not really anybody. I mean, I've gotten Michael Cera before, but I don't really see it. And they were like, no. And then somebody in the room was like, you know who you look? You look like Daniel Stern. And that was like difficult for me to focus because I was like, shit, that's totally right. I don't know. I can't move on from this. And so
Evans, Daniel Stern, or the guy from Twister who's not supposed to fold the maps or whatever.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton?
Not Bill Paxton. No, there's another fluffy perm guy.
Twister. Isn't Twister like 1998? What year is Twister, Kevin? You look like you're 14. What's happening?
It was my first movie. So my dad.
We stay up late at the drive-in to watch it, and we watched Twister.
They kissed in the tornado. It was so hot.
Too bad I didn't have my activator back then.
Pretty true. That's
also very easy to forget. Philip Seymour Hoffman's in that movie.
Yeah.
The suck zone.
Yeah.
Speaking of activators.
Yet? Where they anointed Philip Seymour Hoffman's son as the next Philip Seymour Hoffman? No.
They have?
Oh, I don't know.
Well, that's his son is the lead of Licorice Pizza. This is a down the road Hollywood story. Yeah,
deep dive.
Paul Thomas Anderson. Philip Seymour Hoffman was in every Paul Thomas Anderson movie, and so Licorice Pizza, the lead is his son.
Okay.
As you're watching, you're like, wow, that guy looks a lot like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah. I did not know that.
Spoilers for Licorice Pizza.
Show that was an erroneous side exit. Aside from that movie, I've only seen Sing 2 75 times in the last 2 weeks.
I miss Sing 2. We're in a solid Encanto role right now.
Yeah, that's where we are. We are on repeat. Like songs are on like the same song 10 times in a row. That's where we are with that movie.
Yeah.
I really don't want to talk about Bruno ever again. Every day.
Here we are.
Yeah,
well,
we're not in that.
I have a question for you two guys. I know that you say you're the dumb dads, but when you are with your wife, do you revere her as the beacon of truth, or are you like, no, baby, trust me? Like directions wise, when I'm with my wife, I ask her which way to go, and then I go the opposite way. 100% of the time, she's wrong. So are you, when you're a dumb dad, are your wives like, well, you're dumb, you don't know anything, or are you like, who's the smarter of you and your wife?
This is tough.
She's never going to see this, right?
She's on right now. She's behind the door, waiting
with a knife in her hand.
With a knife. She showed me the knife, and she had just sharpened it.
You guys, we're gonna also Claire and I are gonna post this on the mom listserv that every mother in the world is on. So
she is my light and my hope. I don't know how to change a diaper. Well, Evan and I are both actually stay-at-home dads, and most of that was because bartending. at night and doing auditions and stuff during the day, and our wives had daytime jobs. So we were like,
fire, brother.
I know.
Yeah.
So because of that, we were the stay-at-home dad. So we do have some, like I've taken my daughter and my son to all of the doctor's appointments. I think my wife's brought them to 1 or 2. And I brought them to all of them because what else am I going to do? That would be weird if I didn't.
I just went to the dermatologist 3 hours ago after I went to mathnasium. I picked him up from school, went to mathnasium, then went to the dermatologist. That was my day before I got here. And then I just fixed the printer because my wife was trying to print out passport, fill out information, and she was like smashing the printer. So I'm definitely, but she works. She's got a crazy full-time job, and so I'm the guy that way.
Well, that's the thing. It's a good balance because my wife, at the same time, it's like I know everything about like the doctor's appointments, and I'm making the dentist appointments, and I'm like on top of that stuff. But then at the same time, my wife will be like, "Oh, we got to go pick up flowers for Saturday," and I'm like, I want to know what you're talking about. I really do, but I got nothing. So some of it just bleeds over.
I'm kind of the same way. I operate in the what's happening right now or 10 minutes from now. I can handle that. Outside of that, it's it's
Evan is a dog.
But don't you think I think guys, we are like, people were like, somebody called me recently, like, hey, you want to get together Saturday? I goes like, let's talk Saturday morning. Like, I don't make plans, but my wife will call and I go, hey, I'm in the middle of stuff. She goes, it'll just take a second. It's really, really important. And I'll be like, well, what is it? She goes, thinking about going to London in November of 23. And we should probably, I was just wondering if that might be, I'm like, Kate, what? Like
not me.
12 months down. You, Kate Mulligan, the same?
No. I'm saying that when you said your wife's name was Kate, I wanted to be real clear to them. It wasn't me.
It's not you. My wife is like making plans. Like she'll have a bad day and then go upstairs and book flights for like December.
Yeah, it's called.
And it'll make her feel better knowing that trip's coming. It'll just be on her head. Where I'm like, I don't know how I'm going to feel. I don't know if I'm going to be alive in December. So
just get the flight insurance, please.
Have you ever? I've never gotten flight insurance.
I've never gotten it. No.
I love when you buy like a flashlight at Walmart and they're like, hey, do you want to get the insurance on that for the $9 flashlight? No, I think I'm okay.
No, we all know it's going to break and you have $9.
Yeah.
Can I ask the dads who are stay-at-home dads, do your wives, I remember I had some girlfriends who were not the drop-off parent or to this day are not the drop-off parent. They're the ones like I have a friend who does like personal Pilates lessons, and she feels like very insulted when people are like, oh, look, mom's here. That like people at school will make a big deal about like, oh, wow, your mom came. Do your wives get that at all? Like, oh, you showed up, as if what they've been doing is just dicking around instead of taking their kids to and from school?
My wife hasn't gotten it yet. My daughter's only in kindergarten, so we're first year of school. But I will say I brought my daughter and picked her up for most of the days because again, my wife. But luckily, like our school's right down the street; it's walking distance. So once in a while, my wife has done it if I've had something going on. But I had we've been in school now. We're in January, so we've been in for a few months, and then just recently, I said to another mom of something of. Like, yeah, I'm a stay-at-home dad. And they went, oh, you are? I was like, I've been here every day. I'm either a stay-at-home dad or constantly getting fired. What do you think it is?
She was surprised that you were the dad. She thought you were the mom. She thought you had a Kate Lang vibe going on.
Yeah.
Like, I thought you were a stay-at-home mom. Okay.
Didn't want to make assumptions.
Yeah.
We have gotten the opposite of that. On multiple occasions before, especially before a pandemic. We used to take our kids to like the zoo, or we take our kids to the library for read along or whatever it was, and there'd be like tons of moms there, and you'd get maybe like a little old grandma or somebody who's like, look at you, you're such an awesome dad, you're so special to be here, and you're thinking like,
did we crush it?
What? I'm just sitting. You don't know anything about me. Like, I could be the meanest asshole in the world. Like, you're thinking, like, look at you. Look how special you are. Great. She's so lucky to be. You know, you're thinking like,
you're holding holding your baby while they're saying it. You look down, there's poop on your hand, and you're like,
Yeah.
I need to go.
Yeah.
One of our watchers, Daniel Medina, says in kinder, daughter's classmates asked if she had a mom because they only ever saw me. He goes, my wife couldn't care less. I find it's the opposite with me. Like no one at school is like, hey, is there a wife? Did you bury her in the backyard? But my wife always feels unbelievably terrible that she's like, I wish I could be part of the whole thing. And I go, trust me, you're not missing anything.
No, you're not missing anything.
It's like the grass is always greener. It's like I know moms who are like do nothing but that, and they're like ready to put a bull in their head, and they're like, I need to get a job. I need to get out of here because it's like it's just so crazy at that point.
Yeah, go ahead, Evan.
I was going to say the other assumption, it's really good that we've gotten many times. We got today. Today, Kevin and I took our kids to the zoo. So down to LA Zoo, we went to the zoo. We hung out with our little ones. And we weren't even there for like 5 minutes. And this lady's like, are you guys members of the zoo? And we're like, yeah. She goes, come here. I got something for you guys. And we're like, okay. And then before we knew it, we're in this conversation of like,
it was a thermogun.
Yeah. It was. We're in now we're talking about being in San Diego, and so you get like a free tour of this resort, and so wouldn't you say like you could be signed into a win a lottery for this? And it was like a pitch for this thing that we had to sign up for, and we didn't. It was not presented to us in that way. But the longer she kept going, she was like, I mean, there's 2 of you. So there's 4 of you guys. So what do you guys like to do as a family? This whole thing went on. She was completely assuming like we were 2 husbands with 2 children together, which is fine. But at the same time, we were so confused as to why we're even standing there. At first it was like, I have something for you. And we didn't realize what she had for us was a pitch to sell us some more stuff. And we were just trying to go to the zoo. But then she also thought we were a family. And now Kevin and I are thinking like, how would we make
this isn't money? A bad idea. It would be nice to get away.
How are we here?
I'm not against it. I'd give Evan a back massage to get away for a week. I mean, I'm just saying.
I mean, I've seen a lot of your videos, and for a while I thought you guys were a couple too. It makes total sense. It all falls into place.
There's like 3 questions we get asked when we go live and all these things. One of them is, are you guys together? No. Another one is, do you even have kids?
No.
And we just figured for the while, as long as we keep that as unanswered as possible, that's better. That's more fun to play it that way.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
No, not does it. But it's hilarious because people ask and we think like, we're a couple. We like doing comedy together. We're a couple of comedians, and then that's all they get.
By the way, I know exactly where you were at the zoo. There's a little booth right by the lair. The lair's to your left.
Correct.
Yeah. Correct.
I'm so sorry. I should have told you guys. I should have known I was going to meet you and told you.
Dude, dad.
Dude, dad chimed in earlier and he goes, props to you, stay-at-home dad, so much work. And then he responds with, wait, they aren't a couple? Apparently, Taylor, I thought the same thing. So, I mean, this is a cutting-edge podcast. We are getting to the bottom of so much information.
Yeah, we're blowing it wide open right now. We're at the very middle of the onion at this point.
We came here today to come to you. That's why we're here today. Set the record straight.
I didn't want to make any assumptions either, but
honestly, dude, when the kids were younger and we were in the middle of a pandemic and I wasn't sure I was going to make it. I was talking to friends about what if we all just, because obviously I didn't think we were going to make it to the way. I thought we were going to be divorced for sure. I was already talking to friends like, what if we all just buy a big house, a bunch of dads, and we keep all of our kids there like an army barracks, and then we only need really one at home to watch them, and the rest can just go play golf, and then we'll rotate services. Does that?
I'm pretty sure that's how America was founded.
It is.
Utah, like it's
with flavor.
Utah specifically.
If you substitute kids for dogs, you basically just fill out Paw Patrol.
You see, Katie Berger, the people who think they're a couple, but also both stay-at-home dads, don't know how bills work. That's awesome, Katie.
Oh my God, Katie, that's so funny.
I'll stay at home. Yeah, we just stay at home, and when the kids go to sleep, it's party night, and then we do it again the next day.
We do aggressive online gambling when they go to sleep.
All right, well, listen, I have before we it always goes by too fast. I wanted to prove that you guys aren't as dumb as you say you are. So I put a little dumb dad quiz together, and we're gonna play moms against dads.
Oh no.
Okay.
Claire,
right, so Kevin,
It's
you're
a
a
setup
mom.
right
You're
away.
not a mom anymore, Kevin. Okay.
I'm not a mom
You're a dad this time, Kevin. Okay?
Yes, we got Kevin.
Also,
on our
real
team.
quick, what would you guys do if a dad named Devin's like, I'm also dumb? Would you, Evan and Kevin, let Devin in the group?
That's our editor.
Okay, there we
Yeah,
go.
it's a podcast.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
He's not very good, but the name works. So
Oh, well, yeah, there you go.
We saw Devin and didn't look at the rest of the resume. Call him.
all right.
Let's get him here.
Joe Bo says, nah, I've seen House Hunters. 2 stay-at-home dads, budget $1.3 million. Joe Bo's, you're going to be your new showrunner, I think.
Hey,
He's
listen.
really good.
If Kevin and I are on House Hunters in a couple of months looking for a $1.3 million home, I don't care what people think.
All right. So here's I just put some things together that my kids have asked me and that I thought that people who have young children should know. So here we go. If you know the answer, raise your hands. If you're wrong, and we're going to play the 2 moms against the 2 dads. So
okay.
you know it, and you
And
guys,
I will be official ref.
and he's the official ref. All right. Name the planets in order from the sun. Mulligan.
I don't even care.
Mercury, Venus, Earth, my very educated, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, there again. Yeah, Uranus, 7, 9, Neptune. I don't think Pluto counts anymore, but I'm going to say Pluto just in case.
It's basically Planet 9.
It's a dwarf planet. It's a
Very
dwarf
good.
planet.
And by the way, Jason told me you would make a joke about Uranus, so
I think people not be able to resist it.
you're gonna make your bonus for that.
Wait, Jason's the referee. How did he get a point?
No,
That's
well,
amazing. He
no,
got
Mulligan got an extra point, but
That's
Jason
great.
gets 2 points just for
So
being
you
up
get
in
a
the corner.
very well done.
All right, here's the next question. What's 42 times 13?
42 times 13.
She gets a pen.
Do however you want to do. Whoever comes up with the right answer first. 42 times 13.
42 times 13.
It's Mulligan.
546. Oh, she raised her hand.
Oh, I forgot to raise my hand.
546.
He just starts yelling. How did you do it, Kevin? Did you do it in your head? You dick.
Oh.
The 2 guys went straight for their phones. You
Hey,
Correct.
Hey, you work harder.
Correct.
You work smarter, not harder.
Honestly, that's a Ford slogan.
It's a little sad
but
that my pen did it faster than your watch or your phone.
Well, hey, listen, my internet connection's slow.
Wow.
Yeah, is there a
Okay.
delay?
Okay, you can have a cookie because you got it right. You
All
can
right, 1-1. And Jason gets an extra point.
Thank you.
These were parenting
Again?
questions.
What is the name of a baby goat?
A kid.
Yes.
A kid.
Who said, who said it?
Evan said
Evan,
it,
right?
but I raised my hand.
Mulligan, they're our guests. Hey, are you like this with guests in your house? What are you doing?
Shut
Wipe your feet!
All right, Mulligan's back in timeout for a minute. She needs a breather. We always pull her out. All right,
It's a kid.
2-1.
Kid. That's a kid.
It's a kid.
All right, I guess you can just yell them out, I think, at this point. How many years in a millennium?
100.
Wrong.
1,000.
Yes, Kevin.
Come on,
100 years is a century, Mulligan.
Millennium came
she
out in
didn't get to use her
2000. What are we
paper.
talking about?
She didn't get to use her paper. She had to use her paper.
I
with
liked
her
it
pen.
better. I liked it better when we raised our hands. I was more accurate then.
Okay, 1,000.
All right, ready? You want to raise your hands again? Should we raise our hands? All right.
Ugh.
I mean, what are we doing here? Let's.
Name the doctor who delivered your child.
Dr. Susan Morrison.
Raise your hand, we said.
Mulligan, we said raise your hand. I'm sorry, I have to disqualify you.
What the fuck is
Yes,
happening
it is.
here?
It's Dr. Cahan, wonderful woman.
I don't care for her attitude.
Kevin?
Dr. Bardwell.
Children.
You know what's amazing? Last night, I was talking to my wife about this and went, yeah, the doctor who, oh no. And we both like sat there in silence for like 30 seconds. And then we got it back.
Did you say
Somebody
Dr.
asked me that one
Harbaugh?
time. They said, "You're such a good dad. What's the name of your child's pediatrician?" I was like, "Actually, it's Holly Wang." I know exactly who it was. It took me a second. That's when I was like, I need to get a job and get out of this house very quickly.
Also, did you say Dr. Harbaugh, like as in Jim Harbaugh?
Did I?
No, it sounded like somebody said their doctor was Dr. Harbaugh.
Yeah, he coached it out. He was telling.
He coached it out. He was like, "Let's go blue, go blue."
It was a clean catch.
Yeah.
It's just that college football.
The tight end is always
former
open.
Bears.
Always.
Tight end is always open. That's right.
Always open over the middle. Always open. Name the main ingredients of slime.
Oh, I actually don't know, and I'm so happy about that. I never made it.
Yes, Claire.
Claire?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay.
By the way, it's every week, and we're gonna work on your internet system.
Okay, let's work on that. I need to go back to my office.
To have bad internet. This is crazy. We got to talk to somebody.
I think I'm in Sherman Oaks. It's bad here. It's really bad. Yeah, I need to go back to my office. But I think slime is, if I'm remembering correctly, like laundry detergent and water. No, you're shaking your head, but I think
don't let him know.
She's not exactly. She's.
We told you were wrong about that pie story, and you were correct. So.
Well, she's not
doing the Tide Pod
right
challenge. It feels like you're in the middle of a Tide Pod challenge, and so it was water. You're saying water, detergent, and what else?
Glue. She was saying. I think she was saying Elmer's Glue.
Don't help her.
Elmer's
there is glue involved.
Yes.
Glue is the main ingredient.
Laundry detergent and water.
There's no laundry detergent. Yes, Evan, second ingredient.
No. Shaving cream.
Shaving cream is if you want fluffy slime. That's very important. Sure. But that's the third ingredient. You need something to counteract the glue to make it slime.
I believe it's Mark Summers.
Laundry detergent, Jamie.
It's not laundry detergent. Evan?
It's Mark Summers. A little bit of Mark Summers.
It's the spirit of Mark Summers.
It's a scooch of Mark Summers. It is borax or sodium borate or boric acid contact solution. I would have given that. Activator. It's basically a slime activator. Are you guys not in the slime phase with your kids?
You know what? You've seen this. I have carpet. I don't allow the slime. No slime here.
Same. Yeah, same. My kids are still at that age where I just go, yeah, we're not doing that.
That's not a thing we do. So
we're playing.
Ours miraculously somehow the lid gets
as they get older. I'm like a year or two ahead of you.
No, I know it's gonna happen, but right now we're not doing it.
You guys haven't started getting railed by your kids yet. That's a whole other podcast.
Podcast is gonna get really good soon.
Borax is detergent, isn't it? Says backpacking dad. You know what? We'll give Claire a point because backpacking dad says borax is a detergent.
Yes,
I think
Claire.
we lie back in the 1500s, but yes, it's all borax. It's fine. All right, this one's for you specifically, Evan. Name Bluey's family.
Name Bluey's family? Like,
Put their hand up. Go ahead, Kate.
Wait.
Bingo. Mom. Dad. And that mom's name is Chili, and dad's name is Banjo.
No. Sorry, you're wrong. It's Bandit.
It is Bandit. Mulligan loses 2 points for that, and Evan, I'm going to give you both of those points because.
Can I get a point back if I tell you Banjo is a bobo head? Is what I was thinking of. Banjo's a kid in kindergarten. Banjo says I'm a bobo head. Well, are you a bobo head? No. All right.
You know it.
Do you see, Evan and Kevin? Do you guys see what we have to deal with on a weekly basis with Mulligan?
I do.
Bobo head.
I do, but I want to just laugh at the fact that Evan, stalling for time, you said name Bluey's family, and he went his family. That's a part of the.
To be fair, he said he was directed at me. I thought I had time. He said it was for me.
I know, but that's just a funny reaction. Like, name all the colors in the rainbow. Do you mean like the 6 different shades that are on the?
I wanted to know if you wanted the Pantone codes of the colors, or if it was just mom and dad.
Do you want me to point at the colors, or do you want me to sit? Do you want the word? You want the words of the? Okay. You want the words? You want the names of the family? Got it.
And guess who won the race? The tortoise, because I waited patiently and she ruined it. And she did.
You didn't wait patiently. You
story
filibustered.
of our every week, Evan. Story of our every week.
You filibustered.
It's like the
it's
kids
effective.
Telling these. So what's the origin again of that?
Can you use that in a sentence, please?
Kid stalling. All right, this is for. I should be Mulligan. I'm going to get you out of this one. Here we go. Everybody, if you give a mouse a cookie, what are the next 3 things he wants?
I don't have this.
So I have that book, but I don't care enough to. Yeah.
Have you not read this book 1 million times already?
No.
My kids are 14.
It's pretty logical. If you think about it, it's pretty logical. He wants if you give a mouse a cookie, what are the 3 things he wants? Evan?
Milk.
Yep.
Another cookie.
Well, I think that comes toward the end. That's the last thing.
Evan's like, you want the things he wants after the cookie?
Yeah.
Or like when you say after.
You want what he wants to watch on TV or like
probably a
Here we
low
go.
deductible on his dentist insurance?
This is the mouse from the book, right? The mouse from that story.
Yeah, it's about the mouse from the.
Yeah, this is that.
I can't remember past cookie. I mean,
I don't know this one.
Honestly, I don't know them either because every time we get to that page, I just rip it out and throw the book.
I think my guess is he wants milk. He wants milk, a blowjob, and a cigarette. Oh God!
Oh, I have that book. I have that book. Yeah.
I don't have that book, but I have a VHS copy of that. That's a great video, by the way.
It's a Theragun instruction manual.
That's fast. I like that. All right, bring it back. He wants a milk, straw, and napkin.
That's a stupid mouse. It's an idiot.
Claire, do you
like an old these I'm going to give you 5 words to remember: mouse, cookie, straw, napkin, milk. Wasn't that the big test for the?
Yes, it was. Woman,
Yeah.
camera. What else?
Person, woman, man.
Yeah,
we don't
TV.
talk about the people.
Claire, do you want to tell them
We
why
don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno at all.
I was going to say, do you want to tell them why we don't use a straw, or should I?
Go ahead.
Like killing dolphins or tortoises or something.
I want those wrinkles.
The mouse wanted to do blow. Weird flex. Jobo's going off in the comments.
Jobo. We need Jobo and Katie Berger to get together. And what was her name?
My daughter,
That was funny.
especially Bluey. That's funny.
Weird.
All right.
Katie
You guys, have you seen the Beatbuds?
Yes.
You've taken your kids to see the Beatbuds, right?
We never taken. We discovered them actually during the pandemic.
Yeah.
Was,
only online. Oh, they used to play like every mall.
Just birthday parties.
Well, they were doing
birthday party I went to.
They were doing a live show at the beginning of the pandemic, the lockdown. They were doing a live show every single day at during the weekdays at what was it, like 9 a.m. or something?
It was like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. They do a show and teach you how to draw something. Those guys are money.
They're so money. Yeah, I think they've been franchised at this point, but they
sold a show on Nickelodeon.
They did.
Yeah.
They're the band I've seen the most. U2's number 2, Springsteen's number 2, they're number 1. They're the number 1 band I've ever seen.
Recently played is populated by Beatbuds.
But if you add in your sing too,
I went to a birthday party, saw them. Went to a birthday party later that day. I was like, "Hey, man, what's up? I got you guys earlier. Good stuff, man. Good stuff."
Oh, you guys are way better. You're more relaxed.
yeah.
First show was tight.
Second show, yeah. This is
It's
like
such a good show.
It was tight.
They're like the Dead. No 2 shows are the same. It's really tight.
Jamie, don't you feel like if you included all of the times you saw Sing 2 and counted that was every time you saw Bono sing, that you really have seen U2 more than the Beatbuds probably? If
Not
you
to go
include
off
Sing
on
2.
tangent, but the fact that Bono, like U2, is the soundtrack of my life. Like I've seen them more than anybody.
And of your face.
The guy from Boston.
You look like a guy.
I've done
loves
everything to U2. And the fact that my kids love U2 now, they go, oh, I go, that's Bono. And they go, oh, and I go, he's from this band. And then I started playing, they go, oh, I really like it. So it was a good way to segue my kids into, who's going to ride your wild horses,
Yeah. Sunday, Bloody Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. The kids are like, this song's sad. It's the troubles in Ireland that are sad.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, kids bands are big. The Wiggles are huge, Beatbuds. Which one of these is not a kids band? Casper, Baby Pants, Recess Monkey, the Timeout Gang, the Deedle Dees, and the Not It's. I'll say them one more time. One of these is not a real band. Casper Baby Pants, Recess Monkey, the Timeout Gang, the Deedle D's, the Not It's.
I'm just gonna guess
Go for it.
Your
the
hands up.
Deedle D's.
Okay, who else is guessing?
Evan's like, you wanted, sorry, so real quick, you wanted us to tell you those are all band names except for one, and you want the name of the one that's not the band name.
Well, I'm just trying to think because I know all the managers' names, and so
yeah.
I mean, if I gave you song titles, it would be easy for you, but the band names, I'll lose.
yeah, the band names struggle because
No wonders. Freddie B says the Oneaters. That's the
Oneaters. Yeah, that's Oneaters.
That's Oneaters.
Casper Baby Pants, Recess
That's real.
Monkey, the Timeout Gang, the Deedle D's, and the Not It's.
I think it's the monkey one is fake.
I think that
Recess Monkey.
Recess monkey, that's fake.
Okay.
I feel like Recess Monkeys are real.
You think they have
I'm gonna say the Not It's.
I think the Timeout Gang sounds so negative. So I feel like Timeout Gang is not it.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not- I'm not saying not it.
Hey, but it's like I identify with them. I've been on.
Yeah.
Time. They know. They know.
Yeah.
It's the band you have to listen to when you're in detention.
All right, that's it. Final answers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. By the way, Mulligan, brilliant. It's the Timeout Gang, and I named it, and I didn't even think about it, but you couldn't name a kids band that because it is negative. It's bad.
Smart.
It's like what a parent would name a band, but not what one of those guys would name the band. Mulligan.
Thank you. It's the think about what you've done, gang. What?
Yeah, well, that's it.
To Evan, though,
Yeah,
because
well, we're starting the
here.
band tomorrow. The band starts tomorrow. It's called the Timeout Gang, and they're gonna slap
Yeah.
beats
The
everywhere.
Timeout Gang is the Breakfast Club reboot.
All right.
It's the origin story of.
These are the kinds of questions I get from my kids. Who was the second human to visit the moon?
Oh.
Second human to walk on the moon. Evan?
It's Neil Armstrong.
Who he was first, buddy. He's number one. That's why
see,
I got number two.
See, how deep do you want to go? Because he turned around and
Yeah.
Oh.
Really good point.
yeah.
He did step down and he forgot his
Come back
iPhone.
in.
to take a
Came
picture.
back
He
out.
went back.
Oh,
If he was like a parent leaving, he went back in. He had to go get the water bottle.
I got the camera. I got the camera somewhere.
I got the camera. I forgot my wallet. I
I
forgot my.
gotta believe it's Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah.
Oh, Mulligan! Mulligan.
I think people
I'm
forget
not
he
sure
also.
there
You're smarter than I gave you credit for.
My
Buzz
mom
Lightyear.
I love her. I love her. I'm just here to support. I'm here
I
to
think
support.
we forget that he walked. He did a moonwalk too.
No, see, Buzz Aldrin was first. That's what I'm saying. He stepped down. He like took a couple steps and he was like standing there. Didn't even realize he's like, Oh, sorry, man. Hold on. You go for the walk. Okay, I stood there. You go for the walk. It's fine.
Backpacking Dad says, by the way, trick question. No one's ever been on the moon.
By the
It's not
way,
on the internet, yeah.
my friend just
Actually, there is no moon. That's just a fake canopy above the earth. Everybody.
Nope. It's all fake, and The Shining proved it.
Birds
How
aren't
many
real.
milligrams? How many milligrams of sodium are there in a box of Kraft macaroni and cheese?
400.
Hold on, I don't know this.
More?
785.
Evan's
2000.
Googling.
Pretty
We're
close.
just like now just
2000.
insulted.
Are you Googling stuff? 1,680 milligrams. By the way, the recommended daily allowance is 2,300 for a child. Just so you know.
So
So
if
basically,
we-
the box of
So they can crush a whole box. That's fine.
they can crush.
Yeah.
it.
How many milligrams of sodium are in a wooden spoonful? Because just asking for myself.
I was gonna say, there's no way you're gonna give the whole thing to the kids because you're standing there with the spoon. You don't give them the whole thing.
A
the
third.
specificity of wooden.
Yeah.
Oh my
was,
God, I know. You gotta get rid of your wooden spoons, Kevin. They're
Ugh.
porous. No good.
It does. Well, it's
Yeah,
porous
they
because
absorb the
it
flavor.
has teeth marks on it right now. Scraping teeth marks.
Dragging teeth mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so shameful, and I take the kids to school, and then I come home, and as I'm clearing their plates, I just eat all their
Oh,
crust
crush it.
and the leftover slime of eggs, and I just because it hurts my soul to leave it there, and I just end up eating it, and then later I'm like, I didn't have breakfast. What's the problem with that? And I'm like, why am I getting so fat?
Walking in here today, I said to my wife, I was like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'll see you guys. And I walked past their plates, grabbed a leftover pizza and ate it, and then came in here.
Yeah. Those calories don't count though, Kevin. You're okay. You're gonna be
No, I walked enough.
Yeah, you'd be fine. All right, here's a question. Why won't my daughter wear her glasses?
She doesn't like them.
They hurt her nose.
Wrong color.
Because you asked her, or you said they looked cool.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I don't know. I know
She's like, I can tell when you're pandering.
My
Dad.
daughter needs glasses and she won't wear them. And then she she'll sit and read. She'll read like this. And I'm like, what are you reading? She's like, oh, this is good stuff. And I go, I know you can't see it, but she won't.
Oh, you actually don't know the answer. Oh, cool.
No, I don't have an answer for that one.
Cool.
That was,
well, that's wild dance of filling.
Right. All right, Mulligan, this one's not for you, but for anybody. Who wrote the Bill of Rights?
We're not there yet.
Yeah, I don't think we are.
I don't think.
Honestly, I wasn't there either, man.
Schoolhouse Rock has failed all of you.
Yeah. Schoolhouse Rocky, I chip out the block.
It's not Alexander Hamilton, by the way.
Not Jefferson?
No.
It's not Jefferson. It was his idea, kind of, but
yeah.
Were there multiple?
James Madison, right?
Madison.
Oh, Lin-Manuel Miranda?
Yeah, Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Lin-Manuel Madison.
Also accepted to V. Biggs.
Oh, which I wrote. He did. Oh. Yeah, wait.
I need to rap.
I know because I wrote it. Remember that?
Yeah, no. Kate, you're connecting all the dots. I'm trying not to talk too much because my audio is very bad tonight. But yes, go.
Who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird?
Harper Lee.
Guys, you're proving it.
So we're back to we're just back to not raising hands. Is that what we're doing here?
I
saw that and she spoke out. So there we go.
Yeah,
Mulligan.
my hand.
I wouldn't give her the point because she didn't follow the rules.
All right, raise your hand.
And that's also that's also not allowed in schools anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. Well,
you know what? He's absolutely right.
Well, I thought this is a parenting show here. So why don't you tell me who wrote Little Blue Truck? Huh? How about that one?
Well, we tried that with the one characters, right?
Alice Shirtle.
Sally Levine.
Who wrote Tickle Monster?
Not. You've got random books, Jamie. I gotta say, you've got books none of us have.
Josie Bissett.
We want Where the Sidewalk Ends, or some of the band books. Get into those.
Name one book Shel Silverstein wrote.
Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Where the Sidewalk Ends.
Can we just use hers?
Kate, get your board out. All right, one last question, and then let's move on with life. I beat the shit out of this thing. How many sides does a hexagon have?
6.
You were told to raise your hand.
And none of them did it. They said it. And I actually did while I said it. Yeah.
What's the capital of New Hampshire?
Who cares? Next question.
Yeah, who cares?
Concord.
Yeah.
Concord, right.
Yes.
All
yes.
Right. That's it. The guys won. That was the end of it. Mulligan, you got smoked.
Wow.
Absolutely destroyed.
Wow.
Yeah, you're so sorry there's no lightning round because we got money and
they would have killed you in the lightning. Speaking of which, Mulligan, I understand there was a bear attack this week.
Oh man, there's a bear attack. You want to bring up that picture, Jason?
I would love to.
Is there
yes.
bear attack?
You guys probably didn't hear about it on the news. Oh, first of all, anybody who thinks my kid has cancer, he doesn't. He's got alopecia. Before anybody asks questions about that, that's questions he gets a lot. But anyway, so he's totally fine. He's very healthy, but he did break his hand.
I thought he was just really into his Professor X cosplay.
Yeah, he's really.
It's not a real bear.
It's not. Yeah, that's the part that's so weird. Is I don't know how that bear broke his hand because I found out later that bear is not real.
That bear's not real.
That bear's not real.
You can't get anything by Kevin. He is sharp.
Nice try, Concord, New Hampshire. Keep going.
Harper Lee, thank you very little. So he broke his hand riding a bike, and it was he was riding his bike, and he's just gotten to we've been riding bikes every day to school, and then I have this thing that pulls off my bike and turns into a tow bar. So I take his empty bike back up the hill with me. And it's just been like this great thing. So he's been like he's been loving it. So like on the weekend, went Saturday, he ate shit taking a curve and landed directly on his hand and cracked his fifth metacarpal. But we went to, Saturday evening's a really convenient time to break your hand. So I spent that night pretending like he hadn't done it until it was a reasonable hour to take him to urgent care, which we did, where the bear was. And then this is going to get a little sad, but then I don't know if you guys have ever had to take your kids to Children's Hospital. It's wild to me because it's a whole hospital. And I was just in the outpatient center, but it's like very triggering to go there because I'm like, oh my God, this is an entire hospital filled with children. There's enough kids to fill a hospital. Like, it's just, and even though he was there for this dumb little thing, I was just like, oh, if you ever want to feel good about your life, just remember there's a whole hospital filled with children.
But wouldn't you be more upset though if it did have like adults in there?
Honestly, hadn't thought about it that way. Thank you for that lemonade. Thank you for that lemonade.
Why are you here? It was closest.
It was closest.
Have you guys have you had catastrophic injuries with your kids?
I haven't
That was it.
had catastrophic injuries. My daughter had the flu really bad. This is all pre-COVID. This is when she was 3.5 now, but she was really young before COVID. And she had the flu, and so she wouldn't eat, but anything she ate, she would throw it up. And then, so she was really dehydrated. And then my wife went to go pick up my son, and I was home alone with her, and she had like a full-blown tantrum because mom left and I was there, and she didn't want me. She wanted mom. And then she had like a full-blown tantrum. So I sat down on the floor with her, and then she was like really, really losing it, and she was dehydrated and like all these things. And so I picked her up, and then I like leaned her back away from me so she could have a moment so I could just say, hey, we're okay. We're okay. And her head went back like this. And when she came back, her eyes had rolled back into their head, and she was seizing in my arms. And
Vito,
so,
no, thank you.
Yeah. So I laid her on the floor, and I called 911, and they came and got her. And it was all ultimately just because she was like so incredibly dehydrated from being sick and throwing up and everything. And she wouldn't eat and all this stuff. And so we spent the night in the hospital, and they ran a bunch of tests on her and just to confirm all these things. But they had her hook up to like I don't know what you call the machine that's like on your brain. It's got like a bunch of wires coming out, like all this stuff. And those scary moments when we were like, I mean, it's a little kid, little baby. She didn't even know what was going on. So that it's not a catastrophic injury, but it was like kind of a weird scare where ultimately everything was fine, but she was sort of so sick that all that happened. But that was crazy to say the least.
Honestly, that kind of even worse, man. That's super scary.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin, how about you?
I had I had one where my daughter. I can't top the story where her daughter was wearing the Doc Brown thing when Back to the Future. But my daughter fell one time and hit her chin when she was I don't know, like 3 or something like that. And she hit it hard enough that like it looked small, but it just did not stop bleeding. And it was right outside of a tattoo parlor, which turned out to be a great thing. We were going to get her first tattoo, and
it's never too early.
It was going to be a no fear tattoo, but now she was like, I can't commit to that.
Just a little bit of fear.
But it was great because I remember that a tattoo artist came out with like, I know how to deal with this. Like, gave us a bunch of stuff to like stop the bleeding, bandage up. It was actually really nice. And then we went home, and I called my mom, who's a nurse, and I was like, so what should I do here? And like sent her pictures and stuff, and it was like deep, but not like wide or big, right underneath her chin. And I was like, what's the play? And my mom just lobbed the ball back to me. She was like, well, if you bring her to the hospital, they will give her stitches. And I was like, okay. And she goes, but if you bring her to the hospital, it may traumatize her. So it's bad. What? I can't hear you. Click, like gone. And then just left it up to us. So we didn't go. We chose not to.
How's the scar?
Yeah, chin, top of her eyebrow. It grew. I don't know why. No,
That's scar, right?
There's a tiny one right underneath the chin. You can barely even see it. But it is like there's a tiny little dot there.
How did you keep it clean if it was open?
The tattoo artist had like the butterfly stitches. Had like
he just kept coming by your house and cleaning it for you.
Stayed with us. He stayed with us for 3 weeks.
Really? Wow, he was amazing.
His name is Devin, and he edits the podcast.
Let's go, everyone.
It's like 1 part borax and 8 parts water.
Yes.
You just rinse that around.
Now it's just going to be callback runners for the rest of the show. All set to go.
By the way, is Kathleen your wife, Evan?
No, that's not my wife. My wife? No, Cathy. No. My wife's Katie.
Okay, sorry. There's somebody said EEG. I was like, that'd be amazing if your wife was in the chat. Like, it's called an EEG.
I mean,
so
Kathleen.
I think that's what it's called.
Kathleen is my mother's name. I don't know if she's here.
Oh, I think my wife is in the chat. My wife is the Katie Berger earlier.
Oh my God, she's so funny.
Kathleen. Yeah, Kevin.
It's Kevin's mom.
It's your mom.
It's your mom, Kevin.
Sweet.
I knew it was one of your last
What's
names.
called
mom here, Kevin? Hey, Kevin, your mom's here. You gotta go.
She taught me everything I know.
Let me ask you, because here's the other thing about when you have kids and they get injured, it's always whose watch it's on. So was it your responsibility that she split her chin open, and is that something that your wife constantly reminds you of? Was she with you at the time?
Here's the thing. It's in that nice gray area where I was ahead of my daughter, so failure on me, but my daughter was ahead of my wife. She was right in between, so it's everyone's fault. My wife should have been watching better. I shouldn't have been trucking on ahead.
Not really. You're on point. So you're visually, your job is to watch ahead to make sure safety here. Behind you, that's your wife's job. And if the child's between you, it's really her responsibility.
All I remember that day was passing a small rock and saying, if she trips on this, she deserves it. But maybe that was it. I don't know.
The lesson learned. Lesson learned.
Yeah, she hasn't fallen since.
Jason, I don't know if it's an injury, but you have twins recently who are touching. Too late, Kevin. You're out of the will.
I knew that was one of your last names.
I was never.
That's the only way you were buying a house in LA. Now you're fucked. You're going straight to Riverside, brother.
I was never in it.
That's never in it.
Listen, isn't it great that your mother is still like an active part of your life?
And it's funny.
Yes.
Evan, you have a funny wife. Kevin, you have a funny mother.
Yeah. Kevin, do your mom and your wife get along?
Yes, they do. Yes,
don't just say it because she's here.
No, I will.
You're pushing him into a corner here, man.
Of course I am. Yes, Evan, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Guys, you can block her, right? All right, block my mom. She's blocked? Okay, great. My wife hates her. All right.
You guys want to see?
All right, unblock her now.
You guys want to see Jamie get pushed into a corner? I got you. Hey, Jamie, you like your wife?
I love my wife.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, I don't like her, but I love her.
I did actually get not pressured in that, but the first time my wife met my parents, we went to their house, and we were in New York at the time, and my parents were in Massachusetts, and we went and visited, and we were just all talking for like hours, and my parents just kept refilling our wine glasses, and then they both like probably left the room to talk. But they were like, I go to the bathroom. Yeah, me too. And my wife leans over and goes, this is the first time I'm meeting them, and I am drunk. And I was like, just hold it together.
Nice.
You
weren't married yet. You were just dating.
We were just dating.
Yeah.
You mean you went and had sex in your childhood? That's how that worked.
No, Jamie.
Kathleen.
We weren't married yet.
Kathleen, earmuffs for a second.
Block her again real quick.
I think we're in timeout, I think.
Come on. You're in your childhood room. You've brought your girlfriend home to the house, and then you creep away. She comes in the middle of the night, and you're like, just be quiet.
No, terrified. No, still terrified. They also the Catholic guilt. No, it wasn't happening.
Yeah. We weren't allowed to. It would be like, you can sleep in the basement, Dickie. and Kate will go upstairs to her room, and we will put the lock on the door. I mean, it was like there was no invitation for him to be anywhere near my room until we were engaged.
I've had different parents with girlfriends who've like, some have been that, and some are like, yeah, oh, hey, have fun. I was like, all right, whatever, man.
We plugged in the Thayer again for you guys. Have fun.
There's some slime. Where's the Borax?
Have fun in Pound Town.
TMI, Kathleen. Kathleen says TMI. Come on.
Oh.
Maybe we should have Kathleen on the show. We should have her pop in maybe at some point.
Oh yeah.
It'd be amazing. It'd be amazing if she looked like Jessica Walters.
That was Michael Cera right there. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be so cool.
It'd be cool if his dad came on and it was a Jason Bateman lookalike. I'm just saying. It would.
Let me ask you guys, because my mom was so. When I first started acting, I moved here like 30 to start acting, and my father was so pissed. I got out of the Navy to become an actor, but my mother was the opposite. She cut out this article from the Florida newspaper that said, it said Sylvester Stallone to start studio in Southern Florida. And she cut it out, and in the margin, she wrote, might want to get in on the ground floor. And just put it in an envelope and mailed it to me. I'd been in town like 6 months. I was like, yeah, you know what, Mom, I'm going to call him. Let me call somebody and say, it seems like your mom's kind of that mom.
No, I would get here's the thing. So my brother is an actor as well, and I followed. He went to college, which a lot of people I've heard do. I didn't partake, and he went to college for theater, and he's very successful. And then he went to New York, and when he was moving to New York, I was like, yeah, I'll go with you. Sure. So I've always kind of been the tag along. So understandably, my parents were always like, so what are you doing? What's the next? So now it's stand up. Okay, sure. Yeah. Oh, improvs. That's fun. Sketch comedy. I remember when you did those in the church basement.
Yeah.
Those were skits.
He go, how the skits doing? Yeah, they go. Skits are really coming together.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing a lot of skits. That's how Kevin and I met.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it must be great now. You guys have, you're seeing some success from your mom just must be like, oh my God, finally, parenthood paid off in this way.
It is funny. It is something that we did not consider. Like, the podcast literally started as just a fun creative outlet. Let's just be like, let's just chat about the week. It was right before my son was about to be born, like a couple weeks before. And I was like, this could be a fun way to document it, because his children are only like slightly older than mine. So it was like a fun way that we can every week go through it. And then we started on TikTok with like, oh, we can go back to kind of writing some stuff. Let's see if that works out. And it has been a really fun creative outlet. We've had no idea it would go this direction. But yeah, it has been nice. And I guess those improv classes paid off, Mom.
Is that TMI? Is that TMI?
Yeah.
Huh?
Too much improv?
It is refreshing to see somebody actually write something and perform it, as opposed to just doing a weak dance and some lip syncing and having I'm actually signing my kids up. She's like, hey, I want to take, piano. I say, waste of time. I'm signing you up for a lip sync class, and there's a mediocre dance move class that I sign up for. It's just skyrocket. It's a fan.
We're doing the podcast, and we were once in a while posting things on Instagram, but we weren't really sure like how we were going to navigate Instagram and do all these things. And Kevin's like, hey, I signed us up for TikTok, and I was like, the dancing app, like the. And he's like, yeah,
gotta start stretching.
I think we're gonna start. We're gonna start on that. I was like, all right, just so it was about 2.5 months of posting stuff that people didn't care about, and then he posted one that kind of like went somewhere, and we were like, oh, okay, so a little bit more parenting stuff, and then that was it over from there. But
do you feel pressure now every day of like, we got to write something? We got to write. Are you in the writer's room every day trying to figure out the next beat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just every day. It's like, it's weird numbers game of like figuring it out. Cause now we've bled that over into Twitter. It was funny. We were doing like TikTok and then posting some on Instagram and then had a Twitter. Like we
had the handle.
One.
We had the handle so that no one could take the handle. That's the only reason we had it.
But Evan did the first press conference, the one that like blew up, went on ESPN and Good Morning America.
Yeah, when you had the shit in your hair, it was so fun. It's really fun.
So good. That one was discovered on Twitter. We didn't post it. Someone else posted that video on Twitter
from TikTok.
From TikTok,
they stole it, basically lifted it.
No, they credited us.
They were
like, look at this amazing video. That blew up on Twitter. Like it did well on TikTok. It did very well. It's not our most viewed video, but it did like very well. But on Twitter, it exploded. And then it kind of took a life of its own on Instagram. And we were like, we have to get ahead of the thing that we did.
It is crazy, man. Yeah.
But, and how long have you guys been doing the show now?
How long have we been doing the podcast? We've been doing since 2019. And
how long have you guys been on this show tonight?
Okay, hold on.
Hold on. Do you want the name of the host, or do you want the
Buzz Aldrin?
If you just want to point to one of the colors that you know, it's fine too. Yeah,
green.
Cool.
It was October 2020. We started doing videos.
2020, great year.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's a blur. I mean, you guys were kind of lucky your kids weren't in school, man. That's one of my jokes is I went back to school during the pandemic. I studied a double major of kindergarten and second grade. Like you were lucky. I think your kids were that age at that point because
Evan did.
My kid was in virtual school.
Yeah,
we did the same. Were you every day just monitoring it and trying to keep the schedule going? And
and that was insanity.
Yeah, it was insanity. We're still all pretty damaged from the whole thing. Claire has 4 children that she homeschooled during the pandemic by herself.
And so, Claire, why are you not wearing a cape?
Oh,
I don't know. Can you guys hear me okay? It actually gets worse than that. I had to clean out the back room of my house. We hired a teacher. We had a pod of 9 kids, 4 mine, 5 other, that the pod teacher came 7:30 to 3 every day. And the kids were in the back of my house every day. And we did it all. Like, I mean, they just like did their thing. And that, by the way, that pod room was my bedroom. That was gone. But it was, hopefully we will never go back to that, because it was really, I did a photographic journal of that. I had like actually a couple photographers come and do like a whole like sort of like photographic docu-series, because I'm like, someday this will be like what people look at as like history,
That's so cool.
Crazy.
That would be a really funny, you know how they do like In Style and they go to like Ryan Gosling's house in the hills and he's sitting on a tiger skin chair and the house is perfectly decorated. It should just be a guy who's like hanging on by a thread and
just like a mom, like
the tent, there's a fort over here. The whole house is absolutely destroyed, but it's shot exactly like in our
beautifully.
It was crazy and
super funny.
Things that you don't think about, like our house was built in the 40s, and so we've done a ton of renovations, kitchen, bathroom, obviously all that stuff. But with the high usage during the pandemic of the bathrooms because of the pod, we had to replace the entire plumbing lines. Oh. Which is like $25,000, under the bathroom, all the way to the street, replace whatever's there. So it's just crazy that, whatever. Jamie's album is absolutely perfect. I love it so much, homeschooled. And someday you're going to help me do my own album, Jamie.
Yes, we are. You know what? It's a great point, Claire. And a lot of you guys are probably doing the same thing. Like, I'm afraid my kids are using the toilet too much and they're going to destroy the pipes. So I just make them shit in the backyard. And then I hose them down. I just hose them down with a little hose, and they're not destroying my pipe, Mulligan. I'll tell you that right now.
Water.
We're not really that worried about it because we rent here, so we just kind of like abuse that thing. And I was defecating this morning, and my son comes into the room and he's like, "I have to go so bad. I don't know what I'm doing." And next thing you know, my wife's in the room with a Target bag, and I'm like, "What? You need to wait."
So wait, what did
hold on?
Evan, what did your son do while your wife was using the Target bag?
He spun and he's just like spinning in circles. Like I have to go, and I'm like, I'm currently sitting here. I don't know what you're doing. Like you need to learn how to wait.
You pick him up, you sit him on your lap, and you do a double decker.
Yeah. Just face me and talk to me.
2 times 2. You're doing a 4. You're just dropping a 4. That's all.
My 2 boys who use the activators, who are basically like Irish twins. They do the cross swords into the toilet, and I'm still like, I don't know about that. And of course, their dad is like, woohoo, that's awesome.
Oh, Claire, haven't you seen Ghostbusters? You never
Ghostbusters. You don't cross the streams.
You have the twins. You were telling me that they have been doing their other, not just crossing streams, but
okay, so
going on.
They made 2 discoveries. One discovery is that we have those door stops that go
Yeah.
They also apparently made the comparison to their own business.
That's
and
perfect.
And while laying during a twin diaper change, I had 2 small men look me in the eye and flick their junk and go bang, bang repeatedly, and I'm like, I can't do this. This is bang repeatedly.
My son is almost 3, and he's starting to discover the extra blood flow every once in a while.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's when he's going to the bathroom because things are getting tightened down there, and
there's not a lot of room down there for
not a lot of room with what they're packing, those kids. And one time he grabbed it with one hand and looked at me and said, I got a big penis. And I was like, all right, man. We got till high school to cool that energy down.
See, ours started out, it was very joyful, like they were kneading bread dough, like they were making pizzas, and it was like did it. Everything was great.
I mean, listen, does he? Kevin?
Does he need to cool the energy?
Is the kid
I'll be honest, I don't have the portfolio of 2-year-olds to compare it to.
Well, your mother's here. Kathleen, what was Kevin like when he was a little boy?
Oh, wow, okay.
The real question is, Kevin, is yours bigger? That's the main thing.
What's the temperature?
Yeah. It was shrinkage. Yeah, I'm sure your mom's like, I can't with this. I can't.
Your mom has left the chat.
I can't. Your mom.
The way your son says, I got a big penis. Like, so the next time you think about telling me to do something, you remember.
Yeah. And then he falls on his face just walking.
Why? How does he know he has a big penis? Has he seen other? What is he comparing it to?
I think it's because he's never experienced it. Yeah, he's never experienced that before. So that it just
complex.
It's just.
I'm confused. There was blood flow. It was getting al dente at that age.
That's why he doesn't get this.
Jimmy,
I'm so confused as to what's happening here.
Jimmy, when a boy gets excited,
okay, everybody, Kevin, yes, please. What?
So when a boy gets excited, sometimes visually, sometimes subliminally, there is an extra amount of blood flow that goes to the body, which starts to activate certain parts of their body. The reproductive. Nobody really knows why boys are able to be reproductive from this age to 99. It shouldn't happen. It seems wrong. And if there's a God, we'll take it up with them. But when they're little boys, sometimes that happens. So they don't know what it is. They just know they just leveled up, and they don't remember doing that, and they get really excited.
Yeah.
There's part of me that wants to know if Jamie actually thinks a bone goes into his dick when he gets hard.
I did when I was a kid. I thought there was a secret bone that snuck out, but that's irrelevant.
You know it's blood flow.
Now I do.
Okay.
He's been out of the game. He's raising 2 girls, so he doesn't. I mean, it's not something that crosses his mind very often.
Not to get too graphic, but Jamie is right to think every boy knows it wasn't an actual bone, but every boy has bent it going, what's happening?
I know. Of course we have.
But right, bye, Mom. Thanks for being on, Mom. I'll see you later.
Son's young, though. I didn't understand it.
See you at Dad's birthday.
Hey, see you at Christmas. I didn't know it happened at that age. Is that wait? How old?
It happens in the womb.
It was from the beginning for us.
It happens.
Jimmy Bone Time? Jimmy Bone Time happens that early?
I'm telling you, my kid came out and I was like, me too. Like I was like, where do I report him? I wasn't asking to see that.
I don't remember that. Do you guys remember that when you were little?
I don't remember my birth. No.
I don't remember it until like trying to walk around. I don't know, like maybe sixth grade, and I had to hold the books in front of everything as I was trying desperately to get from class to class in school.
It happened to my 6-year-old today. He was sitting on the potty, going potty, and
it's because he has to go to. Yeah. They got to take a dump, and there's only so much room down there. It pushes pressure on the prostate, and then.
Yes. Yeah, so he was like, oh, I'm peeing into my own pants. And it was like
nature.
Oh.
It's a wild scene, man.
You know, my boys know that like you handle your business. Your dad will talk to you about that. Mm-hmm. I'm good, but I'm here to support you, like whatever you need. But I really don't want to like get to like.
I never got a facts of life speech. Did you guys, Evan, Kevin? It's always every time I talk to you, it's like I'm talking to like two cartoon characters, Evan and Kevin. Got that?
Do we get the life speech?
I never got a facts of life speech from my father. We're Irish Catholics, so I think he just like figured it out. I don't know. Did somebody sit you down? Did Kathleen sit down with you and go, "Listen, Kevin, I got to tell you some stuff. Here's a story."
You've been a disaster since birth. No, I remember in like I think it's like second or third grade. It might have been second grade, where like kids being kids. They were like going around asking people, "Hey, are you a virgin?" Second grade, you better be. But kids were going. But it was that fun game where like nobody really knew what the question really was, so they're all being cool.
Nobody knew what it meant, right?
Nobody knew what it meant.
Like Pen 15 Club, are you in the Pen?
Yeah. So somebody came up to me and they Catholic upbringing. You gotta. This is real.
Apparently, hey, your mom's not out. She's still in, just so we're all on the same page.
And she's schooling Kaler, which I'm enjoying immensely.
Honestly, she's my new favorite mom.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. But I remember a kid in school. Sorry.
Grandma voice.
What did you say, Claire?
We need to have the grandma voice on.
You have it.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. All right.
But I remember in second grade, some kid came up to me and said, "Hey, Kevin, are you a virgin?" And I remember being brought up a good Catholic boy. I went, well, this is my thought process. Well, Mary's a virgin and everybody seems to like her.
Yes.
Yes, I am. And then everyone laughed at me. And then that day, I think drive home, I asked my dad, I was like, so what's a virgin? And he was like, you're in second grade. Doesn't matter.
And that's right when your sketch career started, it feels like. That was right about
skit. No, that was my skit career.
That was your skit career, yeah. Did you ever get a facts of life speech when you were younger?
One quick conversation, a little bit more of like confirmation. You know this about this, right? Yeah, this is how this kind of works. Great. Yeah, sweet. Guess we're good here. Here's a Theragun. Go in your room. Yeah. And then that was pretty much it.
By the way, that's our parting gift for everybody on the show.
Yeah. Everybody gets a Theragun.
It's really great. That's
Evan, do you have a religious upbringing?
Christianity.
Oh, you are? Okay. I was gonna say there's a lot of Irish Catholics on this panel.
Yeah, but not really strict. Not
okay.
Not as Kevin over here. Where are you, Kevin? Right there.
I'm on the other side. Keep trying again. There you go.
It's mirrored.
Yeah.
My name, I don't understand.
Crazy.
Must not be a virgin. I like that. I think you consider like, well, everybody likes Virgin Mary, so I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Nobody talks trash about her. I mean, she's
right.
Cool.
She's a cool chick.
She's cool. She gets.
She was either a virgin or a liar. Who's to say? By the way, Jamie, did you see that? What Peggy Gubbins said about you, Peggy G, earlier? She says you have the best line in The Family Stone.
Yeah,
Peggy. Yeah, you saw that. Okay, good. I want to make sure.
I always come in at the very end of the movie to go, hey, the movie's over. You can all leave. So that. I will tell you, while I showed up on the set and they had all been shooting for like 2 months. I worked like 2 days or whatever. And so I show up and they all looked up at me and Luke Wilson was like, we wondered who was going to play that part. And then they went right. Nobody spoke. Rachel McAdams was I only tell nice. She was very nice. Anyway,
I've sat with her for a couple hours before on a set, and she was incredibly nice.
Incredibly nice person.
I saw a movie that she was in, so she was really good.
There you go.
I heard about a movie that she was in.
There you go. So I guess we all have something.
We watched The House of Gucci last night. This is irrelevant to anything about parenting, but
Is it? It's about family.
It is it's about a family who has one of them murdered. So yeah, I guess it's as family as anybody gets. Really, it's like, oh, you don't like what that person's doing? Just have them killed. That's really the lesson learned.
Yeah, more money, more problem.
Seen it?
I've not seen it.
And Al Pacino's at a point where no one on set can tell him anything. I feel like because he's doing an Italian accent, which is weird because he's the only Italian person in it, really, of Italian descent. The worst act. They're all in different planets of Italian accents. It's insanity.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm a go. It's so insane. And you're like, wow, Adam Driver's a really good actor because he doesn't break once during the movie.
To be fair to Al Pacino, because they were trying to hide the movie, all the clackers said Mario Brothers. So
hey, what are you doing? Hey. I was like, wait, what's that? But honestly, I enjoyed it. Very good movie, Ridley Scott.
It's me, Pacino.
I heard Jared Leto is a train wreck in that movie.
Oh, I loved him. I thought he was the best thing in it.
Really?
But he's insane. Yeah, he's a criminal.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Anybody got anything else? You had Jason had a toilet seat story.
Yeah, I had a lot of bathroom related issues this week.
By the way, we're gonna have to write a formal apology to Kathleen.
Yes,
and tell her and say, Kevin, we're so sorry to your mother. I mean, honestly, just sorry.
I don't know, man. She's the one looking at men's boners who are in comas.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure Mulligan. I'm pretty sure she has to clean them, but
God, what a freak!
I'm just gonna put this up now.
I like a good cleaning, Kevin. Come on, baby. Isn't that some movie? The woman climbs the nurse. The nurse always climbs. All right, I'm gonna let this part go. We'll go to the next.
You want to just tell my story now?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, please. He's unpacking a box that we didn't order.
I'm gonna derail that train intentionally there for him and say.
I'll cut all that.
Yeah. So my 6-year-old has discovered pranks.
Okay.
And he thought a funny prank would be to go in and remove the bolts from the toilet seat.
This isn't a bad one, but go on.
Yeah, so far he's pretty good. He's right.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him credit where credit is due. It was his father, who is me, who was the victim of said prank.
Okay.
I sat down unaware of what was about to transpire. I moved slightly and took a very violent tumble to the ground. At which point the seat became wrapped around my business and folded in directions and pinched things that shouldn't have been. I laid almost crying on the bathroom floor. I yelled to my wife to come and help me. And my wife, who very calm, sweet woman, comes in and she takes one look at me and goes, "Oh!" And I said, "Is it that bad?" This is not okay. This is not all right. What happened? Why is the seat off of the toilet? And I was like, I'm assuming it was the prank that our son was referring to. Could you please call 911? And
911?
Yeah. Well, she didn't actually call them, but I did. I did have to go to the hospital.
You were being Well, I think you were we were acting out at that point. He was being 911. He was like 911.
Wait, this was funny until I knew you actually were seriously injured.
Well, I'm all right now. I find it funny in retrospect, but I mean, I got.
Did you get butterfly stitches, or did Kathleen tell you that was going to traumatize you?
Yeah, this is kind of
Kathleen. I saw another woman.
This is the perfect. The perfect segue from cleaning up a coma patient. I mean, it sounds like the same thing.
This is all
first banging the coma guy. I don't know, man.
No, I mean he was. He said everything was going to.
Did anyone else notice that Jason's wife sounds exactly like Al Pacino from Son of a Gun? Did anyone else catch that when he was like, she walked in? Oh! I'm not the only one who's heard that. I think.
But like you, Jamie, you've met my wife. She has like this sweet voice, and then
like I mean, no, she doesn't.
No, it was not. It was very Pacino like what she did. But it turns out I'm okay. I got some painkillers, and I'm.
Can I ask? Was it the king's staff or the king's jewels?
Bit of both.
No.
Wow, the Queen's Gambit.
All right, listen, guys. First of all, formal apologies will be sent out to both of you for dragging you into this mess today. We're leaving on Queen's Gambit because I think that's the highlight of the whole thing. Kathleen is going to be like, she's going to go, once again, you're going to fall down the ladder where she's like, seriously, what are you doing with your life, Kevin? This is a train wreck.
And she's probably going to tell you she doesn't want you playing with that Kaler boy.
You won't be the first person that was told that.
Yeah.
Anybody have anything they want to get off their chest before we retire? I mean, I will go on forever, but I always feel bad because we keep dragging guests. I think guests are here and they're like, "Is this thing ever going to end, or what are these guys doing?"
Oh, this is great.
It's super cathartic for us, but yeah. We love you guys. I reached out because I was huge fans and I kept seeing you guys and your videos. And again, I love the craft. I watch your stuff and I go, this was thought out. This was written, performed. There's a TV show here waiting. It's not some just dude putting a wig on vacuuming saying, "I'm my wife." It's not that. You can't have it.
Thank you.
I love the craft of it all. So
we appreciate you saying that because not everybody has noticed that about our videos, and some people just think it's these poor saps that are whining about their lives, and so
that's the beauty of it, man. But you can see the jokes are in there, and the jokes are written, and I love it. So thank you guys. Everyone can find you, obviously, Dumb Dad, and now we know Twitter, TikTok. I'm not on either of those, but I guess I guess I should be at some point.
Yes, you should.
All right, we'll work on
You
that.
should be. It's a fun space. Yeah. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Dumb Dad Pod.
Okay. Anybody else?
And,
you want to take us out?
Yeah, I mean, Queen's Gambit took me out.
All right, right down. All right, listen, if you enjoyed it, for the love of God, subscribe, like, follow, do whatever you do. We don't harass people too much about it, and we'll cut this up and send out pieces, but definitely go check out Dumb Dad Podcast. That's it. We'll see you guys next time here in the Parents Lounge.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you so much, guys.